Good morning, children. Welcome to Nelson School Distant Education System. Subject English Grammar for the grade Standard 8th, and the topic is Simple Compound Complex. Changed into simple sentences, the Fairbook exercise 6. Now, this is a mixed kind of exercise, children. So it is the train was late, therefore we left by bus. So first step as it is we'll do it. Was is the first finite verb, left is the second finite verb. Now if you see the former verb, so it is was, so I'll be putting being. Then this subject is the train and this subject is we. So both are different. So we are going to use both of them. And at the place of conjunction, now we'll put a comma. As at the place of full stop, we used to put comma. Fine. So it is the train being late, comma, we left by bus. Number 2, Gulliver swam to the shore and he reached Lilliput. So it is swam and reached. Okay. Now here Gulliver is there and here he is there. So both he stands for Gulliver. So what you could do is you could cut this Gulliver because they are same, and instead of he over here we'll use Gulliver. Now there is a conjunction used over here, and now you can replace this conjunction by a comma down. So it is swam is the first finite verb. So it's an action verb. Change it into participle, that is swimming. So it becomes swimming to the shore, comma, Gulliver reached Lilliput. Number 3, Meenu is very small, so she cannot lift this load. So it is and cannot. Now this again it's a hint. Cannot and could not when it is used, when we have to use the degree TWO2 and TO2. So it is infinitive. Okay. So it is Meenu is too small to lift this load. And as I've already explained to you that in infinitive and in participle, we won't be using comma and we'll be using a simple sentence directly. Next is Delhi is the capital of India and it is situated on the banks of Jamuna. So it is and is over here. And the conjunction used is and. Now we're talking about Delhi. Fine. And this it also stands for Delhi. So we can use noun in apposition. So we'll take out noun first, that is Delhi. Okay. Now this is you have to remove. The capital of India is situated on the banks of Jamuna. He heard of his success and he was very happy. So it is heard and was. And this is he and he same. So you can cut this one. So it becomes hearing of his success. So it is on hearing when he heard it. Okay. So it is on hearing of his success, comma, he was very happy. Next, as she was brilliant, she was given a prize. So it is was and was. Now the conjunction used is as. Fine. Now it is she and she. So you will cut this first one and first helping verb is there. So you will use EING being. So it is being brilliant, comma, she was given a prize. Next, the boy who is standing near the gate is my elder brother. So it is and is. Okay. Now this my elder brother stands for the boy. Okay. So it is the boy standing near the gate. So who and is you have to cut. So it is the boy standing near the gate is my elder brother. Next, though he ran fast, he missed the train. So it is ran and missed. So if you do like this, running fast, he missed the train. If you change this first action verb into participles, it becomes running fast. But this sounds really absurd. Running fast, nobody can miss the train. And moreover, there's a word used though over here. So I already explained to you, whenever contrast things are there, we have to use the connectives. So you can write in spite of, now put running. Okay, now change ran to running. So it is in spite of running fast, comma, he missed the train. Next, he didn't hear, though I called him again and again. So it is did hear and called, two finite verbs. Okay, now again you cannot write here like this, hearing him call, hearing he did not hear, I called him again. So again you cannot write over here, calling him again, he did not hear. So it is despite. Now when I'm using despite, we have certain connectives like in spite of, instead of, despite of. In spite of is usually used with the positive strains, and despite of is used when the negative stress is given to the statement. So it is not, so I'll be using despite. So it is first you called, then he did not hear. Okay, so it becomes despite of calling him again and again, comma, he did not hear. Next, there is Christmas tomorrow, there will be a holiday. So it is and again is, and here will be a holiday. Fine. So two finite verbs. So simple, as I've told, it's grammar, so more than one answer is possible in few statements. So you can even write there and there is same. So we can even write being Christmas tomorrow, there will be a holiday. But this sounds a little absurd. So what we are going to use it, we are going to use a connective over here. So it is on account of Christmas, there will be a holiday tomorrow. Next, he failed in the examination because he was careless. So it is failed and was. Fine, two finite verbs. Now he and he is same. Again here, see children, you have to see that what might have come first. Because he was careless, here it is written. So first he was careless and then he failed in the examination. So it is being careless, comma, he failed in the examination. Next, he has bad habits, still nobody dislikes him. So it is has and dislikes, two finite verbs. Fine. Now again, still is a conjunction that shows contrast. So whenever contrast is used, we'll be using in spite of or the connectives because it gives a positive stress. So I'll be using in spite of. So it is in spite of having bad habits, comma, nobody dislikes him. Next is Ranji walked along the road which was dusty. So here this is walked and was. Okay. So now what we could do is we have to remove this conjunction. And next is we cannot write Ranji walked along the road being dusty. Okay. So we can give an adjective to it. Okay. As a form of adverbial. So we'll use Ranji walked along the dusty road. Next is Ranji took the flute and examined it. So it is took and examined. Two finite verbs. And is the conjunction that you have to remove and put comma at the place of this. So it is took action verb. So change it into taking. So it is taking the flute, comma, Ranji examined it. The stones had little value, but they were pretty. So it is had and were. Again, it is but, so it is a contrast. So you can use connective over here, that is in spite of. Now this had you change to having, so it is in spite of having little value, comma, the stones were pretty, because this they, if I cut these stones, so instead of they I have to put here the stones. So it becomes in spite of having little value, comma, the stones were pretty. Next, when he came to the clock tower, he sat on the low wall. So it is came and sat. Okay. Now this he and he is same. So I'll be cutting this. So it is coming to the clock tower. That is on coming to the clock tower, comma, he sat on a low wall. Next, everyone expected that I would win the Olympic. So it is expected and would win. Okay. And this that you have to remove. It's a conjunction. So here you can use infinitive. That is everyone expected me, I would win, becomes me to win the Olympic event. Now this win I have changed to non-finite, that is to win. Next it had to be regulated and I took it to the watchmaker. So it is had and took. Okay, and this is and. So you have to remove and put comma over here. So I took it to the watchmaker to be regulated. Okay, having, you can even write having to be regulated, comma, I took it to the watchmaker. Or you can use infinitive here, that is I took it to the watchmaker to be regulated. Next is he had reached a few scattered houses when he saw a barefoot boy playing a flute. So it is had and this is saw. Okay, you can even write, because he and he is same, so you have to cut first this one because it is had, as we have taught you. You can even write having reached a few scattered houses, comma, he saw a barefoot boy playing a flute. Or what the sentence is here, reaching a few scattered houses, they have removed this had and they have changed to reach to reaching, that is participle. So it is reaching a few scattered houses, comma, he saw a barefoot boy playing a flute. As I have told you, you can even write, having reached a few scattered houses, comma, he saw a barefoot boy playing a flute. Then he put a small glass in his eye and peered into the machinery. So it is put and peered, and is the conjunction that is used. That is an action verb, so you have to change it into participle. So we'll change put to putting. So it's putting a small glass in his eye, comma, he peered into the machinery, because this is then. Okay, so this is a word that is used, so we cannot remove the word, we can remove the conjunction. So it is he then peered into the machinery. Thank you.